So, welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 16 of Wonder. So, I read a quote yesterday and it just sang to my soul. So, what it is Albert Camus on resilience. In the depths of winter, I finally learned that within me lay an invincible summer. And I was thinking about all this kind of frantic busyness of, oh, we must do this before Christmas. Oh, we must, and it's like almost we know that we need to try a bit harder this time of year. That we know that connecting to each other really helps. That spending time with each other on the long dark evenings makes a difference. That lighting the fire and lighting candles is a wonderful thing. And yeah, I think reaching out and connecting is so important this time of year. And yeah, for me, there's something about that invincible summer really spoke to the deep resources that we're building, this continuity of the year within me. And now in the deep dark, I feel I have a buoyancy or a sense of resilience in the deep. So what is your deep summer in the midst of all this winter that's happening right now? So it's floor today, gliders, yum. So come lie on your back. Come. So landing in onto the floor with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. And just take a deep breath down into the deep of you. And I like wiggling, settling in, finding my feet. And then just flatten your lower back down and then arch into your lower back. And as you move, notice the quality and the texture, the sensations of spine. Notice how your head is moved by your lower back. Notice how the push and the pull into your feet changes as you arch, as you flatten. Nice. Now we're going to do the pelvic rock. So keep your knees center and then lift your right hip off the floor and then your left hip. So you're rocking from left to right, but you're not moving your knees. So you're maneuvering your pelvis into a pelvic rock. And just feel that. Feel how the weight travels from side to side. And just let your breath deepen down into your belly. Nice. And then begin to sway your knees from side to side. And as you sway your knees from side to side, feel the journey of your knees and the awakening of your spine. That emerging sense of connectivity, which allows more safety in my body, which allows me move more. And just feel that. How do you map your body? How do you feel into this moment? Nice. Great. So lift both feet off the floor or one foot and then the other foot. Squeeze your knees towards your chest. And then bring your toes towards the floor. Let them tap. Nice. Squeeze your knees towards your chest. And then toes to the floor. Knees. And floor. Nice. Squeeze the right knee in, holding onto the right shin with your hands. Lengthen long into the left leg. And then let your left leg travel. So left leg comes up until it bangs into the left elbow. And then lengthen long. And what I'm interested in is the creeping length that happens through the front of my thigh. If I go there, wow, that feels so satisfying. And then bend your knee. So be present to the sensations and slow the lengthening of the front of your thigh down. So that as you move, you're really connecting to the lengthening and the deepening of the front of your thigh. Next time you extend your leg, pause. So I'm pulling the right knee closer and closer, and I've engaged into both of my feet. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, relax your neck. Nice. And now swing your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to feel that through the back of your leg. And now lower your leg down. Swing your leg up, and maybe your leg comes closer to your face, and then down. Just allow a swing. So for me, because of the flexibility of my leg, my left knee was getting in the way. So I've now brought my left hand to the floor so that I have a clear sense of movement without any bang into my elbow. And I'm just feeling the satisfaction of lengthening and opening and meeting the big, deep muscles of the back of my buttock, the back of my thigh. Just feel that. Great. So the next time your left leg lengthens up towards the ceiling, pause there at the end of your range that your leg can move itself to. Extend down into your heel and just breathe into the back of your thigh. Nice. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. Try and bring your leg a little bit closer. Notice how intensity, it's been like yesterday, laughter was just a moment away. Intensity is just a moment away with our legs, with these deep hamstrings, backs of the thighs, the long line of the nerves down the backs of the legs. Nice. Bend both knees, feet to the floor, and just sway your knees from side to side. Can you feel that there's a difference between one leg and the other? So for me, weirdly, I feel more of the front of the right hip and more of the back of the left hip. I'm just interested. I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. It's like the lights are on at the back of the left leg, and then there's a cave on the front of the right leg. That's so funny. Nice. Change sides. So squeeze the left knee up towards you, hug it down, and then lengthen long into the right leg. And then begin the journey of traveling. So travel the right knee up. And then as you lengthen the right leg, feel that creeping length through the front of your hip. And I'm allowing the sensations of the front of my hip to be really present to me. I'm not forcing through anything. I'm keeping my knee bent if I need to. I'm really meeting the deep flexors of the front of my hip. So because we sit a lot in chairs, so we sit in chairs to drive, to eat, to watch TV, to work in the office, to everything. So really feel how these muscles here are folded for a lot of the day. And now we're opening them out. And just feel journey into the front of your thigh. Nice. And then settle in. Squeeze your left thigh towards you, left knee towards you, and then deeply settle into the front of your hip on the right. Breath is in your belly. There's a sense of deepening your awareness down into your legs. My 2 feet are active and engaged. Nice. So now we're going to swing. So lengthen your right leg up and then lower your right leg down. So again, I'm going to bring my right arm long beside me as I swing up and then lower down. Swinging up and lowering down. And I'm really interested in the sensations of the back of my thigh. So I meet the edge of that, and then I meet the front of my thigh, the back of my thigh, and then the front. And I'm working with my own sense of intensity. If this is too strong, then slow down, bend your knee, make the movement smaller. Nice. Next time your leg comes towards you, pause. Just deepen your breath into your belly, settling your spine, settling your shoulders. Flex into your foot. Nice. Point your toes, flex your foot. Notice how you can increase or decrease the intensity. If you point your toes, it decreases. If you pull your toes towards you, it increases. Nice. Draw your leg a little bit closer, feeling the intensity of that. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Pause. So again, feel the difference between the back of the right thigh and the front of the left. Again, I feel the lights are on at the back of my right thigh. There's a cave on the front of the left. So bring your arms wide and come into gliders. So rock your knees down towards the right and draw your left knee up towards your right shoulder. And then change from side to side. How juicy can you make your gliders? So the first few gliders are always a little bit creaky or slow. And I let that be slow because I'm listening to the fact that the sides of my hips are really full and there's like a depth of the full of my belly. But then slowly as I move, I go, oh, look, something's unlocking. So feel that in your body. How do you sense something changing as you move? Slow the movement down, get a bit juicier. Using the effort that you're doing is in awareness rather than physical effort. Can you be super aware right now? Flex your awareness muscle. Nice. One more time. And then come back to center, pause. Super, cool. So we're gonna have some fun in our gliders. So from here, drop your knees down towards the left and draw your right knee over towards your left shoulder. So the right knee has traveled over. And now come back to center, but let your left thigh stay towards the left and draw your right knee up towards the right shoulder. But my left leg has stayed over towards the left. So then let your knee move away. So your left leg is being really left, and your right leg is doing smiley knees, smiley gliders. So my right knee is sweeping in this huge arc up towards the left shoulder and then up towards the right shoulder, but the left leg is staying. It's staying in that thing where it's staying on the baby toe side of the left foot. And as we do this, we meet the inner thighs and the deep groin in a different way. I just feel when we do, would this be, smiley gliders? This is smiley gliders. When we do smiley gliders, we meet the inner thighs. Smiley gliders. Nice. Next time you draw the right knee towards the right, leaving the left leg over towards the left. Pause. So it's a bit like I'm a bit like soles my feet together, knees apart, and the left leg is doing that, but the right knee is drawing up towards the right shoulder, right side. Just deepen your breath, settle into your belly. Nice. Bring the left knee or right knee over towards the left. And then just pause over towards the left. So reach your right arm long and hold on to the outside of the right knee with your left hand if you wish. You can tuck your foot into the back of the left knee. That one's for you, Margaret. And just settle in for a moment. And now let the length be in the ribs and the sides of your hip. So sometimes to help my right shoulder know what to do, so reach the right arm up towards the ceiling so it's super long and up, and then just drop the right shoulder back. My arm is still up towards the ceiling. Reach the right arm up, really unpacking my shoulder up towards the ceiling, and then draw your right shoulder back. Shoulder up, shoulder back. One more time. Shoulder up, shoulder back, elbow down, arm long. And then pull your shoulder deeply towards the floor and settle in. Can you deepen your breath into your belly? Nice. Release. Bring both feet to the floor. Lift your shoulders, lift your bum, draw your knees up towards your chest, and just pause there, squeezing your knees in. So that shoulders lift, bum lift aligns our spine, and then squeezing our knees in just massages into the lower back and settles all of the movements that we were just doing. Pause. Really sink your belly, drop your pelvis. Nice. Both feet to the floor. So smiley gliders with the left leg. So drop both knees down towards the right and then glide the left knee up towards your right shoulder. And now the right leg is going to stay over towards the right. So it stays on the baby toe side of itself. And now I draw the left knee up towards the left shoulder. Nice. Smiley knee. So your knee is traveling up towards the right, away. So it passes across the front of my belly and then up towards the left. And my right leg is staying on the baby toe side. So there's a sense of a lazy leg on the right and a very smiley leg on the left. And you're going to meet your deep groin, the lower back, the full of the pelvic floor as you do this. Maybe not the full, but a lot of your pelvic floor. So just gliding steadily, slowly, smoothly. As always, if you're feeling discomfort, make the movements smaller, make the movements slower, and find your version in wellness of this. Like, what would this be? What movement would this be if you were to do it in total wellness? Never straining, never forcing, just finding the expression of, real and present time awareness. Next time your left leg comes up towards the left, pause. So my right foot is resting on the baby toe side, my left knee is over towards the left, and my breath is in my belly. Nice. Sweep the left knee over towards the right. And you can tuck your foot into the back of your knee if you wish. Hold on to the outside of your left knee with your right hand. Reach the left arm long and out to the side. And just see how, I'm going to say, educated is your left shoulder in its ability to pull backwards. How much does it know about that direction? Oh, let's go find out. So reach your left hand up towards the ceiling and then lift your left shoulder as high as you can. And then keep your arm up, but pull your shoulder back. So reaching up, pull your shoulder back. And notice what happens in your rib cage as you create this movement. Up and then back, up and then back. Now stay back, pull your elbow down, lengthen your arm long, and feel that sense of drawing your shoulder back, opening into the armpit, and just deepen. So I really feel it in me, this still point of the year. Like, so there's this moment, it's like a trampoline moment. It's where, you bounce on a trampoline and there's a moment where you're suspended, where you haven't started to drop and you're not going up anymore. There's just like this moment of suspended, hovering, buoyant upness. And then you drop down. But there's a point of stillness where you're not going up and you're not falling down yet. And so on every breath, I know that place. So come all the way back to center. Bring your arms long and up towards the ceiling. And then lift up through your hips, rising and rolling up along your spine. So just roll up and down along your spine. So every time you breathe, there's a moment where you're not inhaling anymore and you haven't begun the exhale. And it's like this still point at the end and the beginning of every breath. So as you roll up and down along your spine, feel the moment of the pause and then dropping down. So you're not lifting anymore. You're not dropping. You're just about to change direction. It's like this as the forces change between up and down, there's a moment, like literally millisecond, of something buoyant. So for me, that's what the solstice is. It's this moment where the sun isn't traveling out towards Inishir anymore, and it hasn't started coming back from Inishir yet, but it's just there. So 9:30 Irish time on the 21st of September. Oh, December. um, the moon or the sun, God, what am I doing? The sun begins to change its direction, lifting up through your hips and pause. Reach up through your fingers and just pause. Find stillness. I really get why people worshipped the sun. Just feel that. The deep still is emerging. Nice. Dropping down, coming into happy baby pose just for a moment. Settling in. Right? Just honor the deep still. And breathing into your belly, feeling down into your belly. Nice. So you can bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart, and do the offering lying on your back. I think I'm going to sit up for my offering. I like sitting up. You can choose to do whatever way you like it. Okay, so sitting up if you wish, or staying lying on the floor. Reach your arms forward, and let's do it in stillness. That sense of finding the deep still in the midst of all that happens right now this time of year. So thumb and forefinger touch, and begin. One more time. Nice. Gathering from wherever you gather and just offering the spaces between things, the stillness that is. Stillness is dynamic, is vibrant, is electric. So be in the electric stillness of you. Gathering that in. How beautiful. So come resting on the floor if you wish. If you're still on the floor, then maybe rock your knees from side to side. If you're heading towards the floor, maybe rock your knees from side to side. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I really like this deepening into the still point of the year. And in the midst of all of this, there is the eternal summer that is the resources that we cultivate, the home that we're building and the deep sensations of our bodies. I will see you all tomorrow as we deepen in. I have kind of decided, decided the month of. So I know what the topic is. So for January, it's practice. So we're just going to cultivate the practice. Those of you who practice with me all day, every day already, all day already, wonderful. Those of you who want to cultivate more of a practice, those of you who want to begin a practice, might change the picture. Don't know. I just keep wondering. There's another picture, something that will embody practice a little bit more, and I haven't found it yet. So this is the beginning, the first picture of practice. Actually, it's the second picture of practice. There was another one as well. So let's see. So practice is January. We will practice together and just really glide our way through the 28 days of January of yoga. And then there's more, of course. Um, so I'll see you all tomorrow, and be well, be awesome, be you, be epic, be still, be vibrant, be electric. And thanks for joining me. It's truly a pleasure in my life to have this connection, this community. So great. Be well. Ciao.